Visit windowing and analysis flags. Introduction. Let's break down visit windowing and analysis flag concepts using a real world clinical trial scenario and explain why they are essential in clinical data analysis, especially in ADAM datasets like ADLB or ADEVS. It can also be possible to apply this visit windowing and analysis flag concepts in the efficacy ADAM datasets as well. Also, you can use this concepts in survival analysis kind of domains, that is AD, TTE domains and other related secondary efficacy or primary efficacy analysis data sets. Now, what is visit windowing? Visit windowing is a process of assigning collected data points to planned protocol visits based on the actual dates when assessments happened. This is crucial because patients often do not visit exactly on the scheduled dates. Now, say for example, I have a protocol. In that protocol, whatever the assessment needs to be done for that specific therapeutic area and disease, those visits will be planned, right? They are scheduled. Now it so happens that the patient may not be able to attend that particular clinical trial on the scheduled date. It could be related to the personal reason, or it could be related to, say, the children is not feeling well, hence attention is needed at the family side, so I cannot attend the scheduled dates in the clinical trial whosoever that patient has participated. So in such kind of scenarios, it could be personal or it could be accidental or it could be social related activities. Reasons could be anything. So in any scenario, if a particular patient is not visiting on a specific scheduled date that is planned according to the protocol, in such scenarios, how to handle those use cases and how to handle those related records, that is my visit windowing, right? Now, real world example. Now, say for example, I have a target date day 1, day 15, day 30, day 60. This is the visit name, which is baseline, visit 2, visit 3, visit 4. Now, this is the planned kind of dates and the visits on which specific assessment dates that was supposed to be captured. Now, this is the actual date and the actual visit at specific it was recorded in the system. Like say for example, visit 1 was recorded on 1st of January 2024. Then visit 2 occurred 2 days late, like after 2 days. Like say for example, visit 2 was supposed to occur on say around 15th of Jan 2024, but it was recorded on 17th of Jan, that is 2 days late. Similarly, in visit 3 it happened 4 days late, but was on 3rd of February 2024, and visit 4 happened on 1st of March 2024. So this is the actual date when it was recorded, and this is the target, meaning the planned scheduled dates that were supposed to happen as per the protocol. Now this is the visit windowing range days since baseline. So visit 2, visit 3 and visit 4. So say for example, there will be a certain time period. Now say if a particular visit date is happening between day 2 and day 18, then it will fall under visit 2, right? If that specific window range, that is days since baseline, that is days from baseline, so that happens between days 27 and 23, then it will follow in under visit 3. If this falls under visit 55 to 65, then it will fall in visit number 4. So in such scenario, these kind of visit windowing days since baseline is calculated, right? So this is planned, this is actual, and this is the visit windowing range that has been calculated. And if any day that happens, the study day or the recorded day, it falls under this particular range, it will be flagged under this specific visit name. Now, what is the purpose? Now, the purpose of this visit windowing is to ensure it assists in consistency in assigning data collected around the same time to the same planned visit, even if the visit wasn't exactly on the scheduled date. So if, for example, plus 2 minus 2, that days are allowed. So within that particular window range, you can flag that specific unscheduled visit in that scheduled visit, right? So that is the meaning. So just to ensure that the consistency is maintained. Now this is a very kind of a daunting and a very tedious kind of a job if you have more unscheduled visits and unscheduled records in the specific system, especially when you're dealing with the laboratory domains, because you will have so many unscheduled visits and unscheduled records. So it becomes very tedious and daunting job to flag into the specific correct assigning visit, right? Now, how it is used in ADAM? Now, the variable A visit will be used to align actual visits with planned time points. So, what happens in A visit ADAM data set, those visit windowing range will be applied and specific unscheduled visits will be aligned to the actual visits that was planned in the time plan in the window frame. Now, say for example, I have this eval date 17th of Jan 2024. Visit 2 is time point is 7.1 and visit 3 is 6.4. So we'll use this example, and this is the a visit variable in the ADAM dataset. What is analysis flag? Now, analysis flag is a variable usually denoted by ANL double X FL. Now, double X you can replace by, say, for example, 01, 02, 03. You can give any kind of numbering, or if it's a baseline flag, so you can use ABL FL, right? So this is the baseline flag. So all those records which are related to the baseline, that will be used for the analysis purpose in the table listings and figures, those will be flagged as ABLFL, that is a baseline flags. Now this particular analysis flag, say it represents 01, 02, 03. Now the concept here is, like say in certain therapeutic areas and diseases, you will have subgroup analysis. Like say I want to analyze the specific records only for males, then only for females. So say 01 is for to highlight all those males analysis, then 02 is to analyze all those female analysis with specific visits or with specific criteria, right? So in those scenarios you can use flag all those records which are used to be in this specific analysis with 01, 02 naming conventions. Now another example I would like to give is, like say for example in oncology clinical trial study, where you will have multiple kind of analysis, or like say strata, you will have certain subgroups, right? So if I want to analyze the specific tables and listings, and I want to present the data in subgroup analysis ways, right? So with specific criteria, so say I am having this specific subgroup excluding unscheduled visits and including only scheduled visits, or including the subgroup and only unscheduled visits, right? So in those scenarios, when you have a specific criteria or a subgroup or a strata where you have defined in a specific statistical analysis plan, in those scenarios you can change this to 01, 02, 03, 04 and can use accordingly, right? So if I have a change from baseline or a primary efficacy analysis, or if I have a percentage change from baseline, or if I'm having a secondary efficacy analysis, so you can use this naming conventions in the flags and you can use it accordingly. So real world example is, say let's continue with the diabetes trial, right? You only want one lab record per visit per subject for an analysis, usually the closest to the target date or within a window range, right? So say for example a patient A has multiple lab results at visit 2, which is say 7.1 and 6.9. Now 6.9 is a repeat test, right? But this 7.1, it was calculated on the visit day. Now why this was a repeat test taken The reason could be in the comment section, or you can raise the query to the site monitoring and you can ask for a justification that if the value was recorded on the visit day, then why the repeat test was collected. It could be a human error, or it could be since the doctor recommended, just wanted to check the value, the glucose level, whether it is same or not. So in those kind of scenarios, what happens, like, you can justify if it happens on the same day. Now if you see the difference is also 17th of Jan and 18th Jan, which is just in the window range period, right? So why this repeat test was collected when it was collected on the visit day? So you will see such kind of redundant or some kind of ridiculous database, especially in your lab related records. So you should be very smartly handle, and you should smartly identify such kind of records. So like, say for example, I want to set this 0 1 flag equal to y for the record which is 7.1 to use that in the primary analysis, right? So putting it all together, it will look like this. So say I have a unique subject ID with param glucose, the A value is 7.1, 6.9. This is my visit 2. Now remember one thing, the visit window period is only 1 day, so it falls under the window range, right? So the visit 2 will be same, the visit number also will be same, the date is same, but I want to use this value. I don't want to use 6.9 value, or I don't want to use this analysis, especially in tables and figures. You may show this particular record in listings, but in tables and figures, I don't want to use this specific record. So in those scenarios, I will use the first record that are highlighted with Y. That is the concept of using analysis flag to pick up the specific records for doing the analysis flag, whereas the visit windowing is nothing but to ensure that the unscheduled visits or the unscheduled records are assigned in the specific window range. Now, why these concepts are matter? Now, visit windowing, it handles real world deviations and visit dates, ensures analysis is aligned to the protocol defined time points. Now, it's a human clinical trial database, right? So it will happen most of the times that protocol was planned as per the scheduled dates, as per the scheduled assessments, but it did not happen on specific time or a specific date. Plus minus 2 days can allowed in the window range, right? So since it's a human kind of a nature and nothing is robot, that it has to happen on that particular day and has to happen on that particular time, it may not be possible. So here and there little bit differences will be there. So in such scenarios, to adjust the unscheduled records which do not happen on the scheduled dates and the assessments, in those scenarios we will use the visit windowing, and we will align those unscheduled visits in the window range that happens to the nearest or the closest visit. Now the analysis flag, it ensures that only valid and non-redundant records are included in critical analysis like baseline comparison and efficacy summary. Now, like I explained in the earlier slide, where 6.9 was a redundant record, right? It was a repeat test, even though it was under the visit range, right? Even though the visit date value was captured, still the repeat test was conducted within the same window range, which was not required. So that was a specific redundant record. So you will see such kind of records. I don't want to use that redundant record in my analysis like baseline comparison, efficacy summary, or the subgroup analysis, or survival analysis graphs. I want to use only non-redundant records which are valid and which are make sense. Because what happens, if you use only valid records, you will be able to identify and relate to give good interpretation, right? So statistics and analysis is something like, if you throw in garbage, you will get garbage, right? So we are not here to do that. We are here to identify records which are valid, which are ethical, and ensure that programmatically you should be able to handle those records and include only those analysis in the comparisons whenever you do your table listings and figures. So in listings you may include everything, but in tables and figures ensure that you keep only those records which are valid, and especially do you do the analysis. So this is the difference between visit windowing and analysis flags. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a feedback comment mentioning any topic that you want me to make a video. Looking forward for a positive response. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a feedback comment. Many thanks for your support and having great connection.